Hello and welcome to the module where we're going to learn how to create content for our Facebook business page. Remember, once you create your page, you want to be consistent. People who like your business page start to rely upon seeing your posts in their newsfeed. To be consistent, consider posting on your business page 3 to 5 times a week. A lot of times Catherine and I hear from our students that they're not sure what they should be posting on their business page. While it is a business page, you can also let people know a little bit about who you are and who you work with. So sometimes it's nice to create posts that are behind the scenes. You should think of the world as your content today. So watch the things that are happening around you and ask yourself if that's Facebook business page worthy for you to create a post for. But for now, I'm going to show you the options that you have because Facebook is giving you several different ideas for creating content. And when you're on your business page, just below your cover image as I am here, you will see this little box here. And if you click it, there will be a drop-down menu. Now, some people have 8 to 10 colorful boxes, and in that case you're going to choose the first box. And once you do, you will end up exactly where I am right here. And these are your choices for creating content on Facebook. One is you can upload photos, and you might notice that it says photos with an S, so upload more than one photo. The other is video, and when you're putting videos onto Facebook, what you want to remember is you should be creating videos in their raw or native. It's also known as MP4 form, and that means that it's not a YouTube video or another third-party video. So that's your first option for creating content. The next one down is create a photo album. Remember, when you create a photo album is usually more than 4 or 5 pictures. It's something like 20 photos. So when you think of photo album, that's what you should be thinking of on Facebook. And then of course there's create the carousel, which is a link click, and I'm going to explain what that means when we get to it. Then there's create the slideshow, and I will show you how to build. It's almost like a little movie that Facebook is helping you make. And the last one is create a canvas, and we will not be doing the canvas as it relates more to your iPhone or your smartphone. So let's start with the first one, upload a photo. So if you click on this box, you have to know where the photos are on your computer. So before you get started, it's a good idea for you to actually find your photos and have them sitting in a photo album or a folder, if you want to call it that. So when Facebook prompts you for the photos, you know where to go to find them. Now you will notice that I have open the business page. I also have the website open. I also have the listing that I am going to be posting open. And I have also opened Bitly, which is a URL shortener. And I usually put the link from the property. As you can see it up here, I would copy it, and then I would take it over to Bitly and I would create the bit link here. So that's just a little bonus tip for you Double Diamond Black Ninjas to create a Bitly account. At this point they are free, and you will see the power of tracking your links besides using Facebook Analytics. So let's go back to the business page, and we are going to upload photos. There we go. I have created a folder. It's right there. And I would pick the photos that I would like to showcase in this post. And I click open, and Facebook will then load the photos directly onto the wall of where the post is going to go. And if you don't like a photo that is showing, you just click the little X right here. It's very hard to see, and you can't see the X unless you put your cursor on the photo and scroll around. You'll see the little X right there. That's how you would remove a photo. If the photos are not appearing in the order for which you would like, you put your cursor on the photo and drag it across. And as you can see, it drags the photo across and puts it in the order that you'd like. Now, Facebook is saying, say something about these photos. You'll want to know that you can pre-write things out ahead of time, or you can just wing it, as we call it, and write it out as you're posting. In this particular case, I have actually written out what it is I'm going to say, and I've kept it in the folder on the computer. So there we go. I open up the folder and I'm just going to copy the text that I have written out, and I'm going to take it back over here and I'm going to just drop it in. So there you have what I'm posting, and I'm remembering that the people on Facebook are not expecting my ad or my post to end up in their news feed if they haven't liked my page. So I want to be very respectful and speak more in Facebook language than a selling language. And I also want to make sure that I add a call to action, which is the link to, in this case, this property. So I go back to Bitly, and I'm going to copy the link. And then I go back to the Facebook post and I enter the link in here. Now this is going to be my call to action, and I might even add some emojis by bringing up my emoji key on my Mac, and that is Control Command Space, brings up the emojis, and as you see I've got a little arrow there. And what I might say underneath that link is click the link for more information. Now you'll notice when you're typing, if you make a mistake, Facebook will put up a red little mark and you'll be able to fix it at that point. And I also like to use an up emoji sometimes because the link is above, draw people's attention. You might decide that you want to use a little house on here, and they're just the little things that you can do that will help draw this post to people's attention when it's running through their news feed. The next thing I like to do is I like to write this post in another language. And you might remember in the earlier module, I actually showed you how to set this up in your settings tab. So let's go ahead and select Simplified Chinese. And we go and we put it in, and you notice there it is written out. Now what you're going to do is, before you share it or schedule it, what I do is I click these three little dots and I go into check-in, and I pick the city that I'm referring this post to, which is Toronto, Ontario. And then I'm going to scroll down, and you see this little tiny half diamond where it says share now. I want to schedule this post, so I'm going to click this little diamond and I'm going to click schedule. And then I have to pick the date that I want this to go out, and let's say Monday, and let's say at 5 a.m. And let's schedule this post. And then you also have to click one more time, schedule posts. And now Facebook has taken this post and they're holding it for you. And if you refresh your page, you could find this scheduled post in two places. Okay, it's loading. If I scroll down the page, you should see where it says scheduled post. There it is right there, scheduled post. So it's not that far down from the cover image. The second place you could look for it, if you were not able to see it there, is you could click on Publishing Tools, and you could see this post on the left-hand side under Scheduled Posts. And then the reason I want to bring this to your attention is because I want you to then go back into this post before you leave it alone, and I want you to click on each photo. And what you're going to notice is that each photo has a box where it's asking you for the description. And so usually what I do is I copy the text that I have all written out here. I don't copy the view in English, I just copy, oops, it's not. Copy, there we go, and that's Command C on my Mac. And then I click on each photo, I go add description, and then Command V, and there it is, and done editing. And then I click the arrow and I go to the next photo and I add the description and I click done editing. And once again, there were 3 photos. And the reason we do this is because it is said that every single photo is its own little website. So if you look up here in the URL, you will see it says photo, and then this photo has its own little URL address. And so if someone found it, we want our description, our call to actions, all to be visible so people can either call us, they can go to the link if anyone was to click that. As you notice, it would take them directly to where that listing is sitting on this website. So let's go back to the photo, let's click the X, and now we can just click X out of here, and on our Facebook business page we will have a scheduled post, and Catherine and I really like to call this finishing your circles, when you actually schedule your post or you post and then you go back in and you click on each photo and add the text to it. I hope that this first example of adding content to your Facebook business page is something that you're excited to start trying. I'll see you in the next module.